Hi everybody, it's Dara, and it is nighttime with Dara. It's evening. We just had the time change, and I've turned the clock back, and I realized, oh my gosh, tonight's dinner is going to be nighttime with Dara, and I love that. I love when we have our night times together. I love daytime, but here we are making raw food. We get hungry. If we have the proper ingredients in our refrigerator, then we don't need to grab something bad. Now, ideally, what I'm going to make, which I never know until I start, but I do have an idea that I really want to have creaminess. I've been craving the creamy factor, and lately I've been making a macadamia nut cream, and then I put probiotics in it, and I let it sit out overnight so it gets some good fermentation to add healthy flora into my intestines. So, as we know, in flu season, we want to build up our healthy flora so we don't succumb to things like the cold or the flu or common things. So, horseradish is a key ingredient. If you want to combat these germs and things, this is amazing. Horseradish is a medicinal root, and I made a horseradish sauce the other night. Great, super medicinal food. So my thing right now is I was thinking that I want to make a creamy macadamia nut cheese with the probiotics, and I can use the sauce right now, and then I can make extra and leave it out overnight, and I will have some for tomorrow or as a snack, and putting some on a little bit of radish or zucchini. So when you make the probiotic macadamia nut cheese, it's like kind of like a cream cheese or a dip, or a sauce, depending on how liquid you make it. It can stay out overnight, and then you can put it in the refrigerator covered, and it will stay for days. I've never had it longer than 5 days, but it would be fine for 5 days because the probiotics just fermented a little bit longer. So that's that. So a creamy, cheesy, horseradishy dressing for broccoli. Teeny little chopped up pieces of broccoli. Since I'm not going to cook it, you could flash steam it. I'm going to cut it up in teeny tiny pieces so it will have a nice mouthfeel, and then the dressing will coat it really nicely. Or I could also do kind of like a mac and cheese. So make little julienne pieces of the zucchini and put the creamy sauce, cheesy sauce over it. So I could do both if I feel like it. So the first thing is that, hold on, I wanted to get the probiotics. I'm using Elemental Wisdom, and if you don't have this one, you can open up a capsule or two of the probiotics you do have, and macadamia nuts. So, salt, we want water, macadamia nut, salt, and we want lemon juice, but I have limes, so that's what I'm going to use. Little macadamia nut. They're so cute. You can use cashews. I didn't realize a lot of people don't know that cashews and macadamia nuts do not need to be soaked to get the enzyme inhibitor removed. Soaking them makes them creamier. So if you have advanced thought about making this, soak them for 2 to 4 hours, and you'll see it's easy to get creamy. But I will tell you, I get the creamy factor in my NutriBullet 900 without soaking it, so it's fine. For almonds and other nuts like walnuts and there's other nuts that you want to remove the enzyme inhibitors off of, but for these you don't have to. And so if you're in a hurry, things to use are macadamia nuts, cashews, and hemp seeds are really good. So here I'm going to need a little bit more water. If you want to make probiotic cheese, if you're really being serious about it, then it's a good idea to do just the probiotics, the water, the nuts, blend it, let it sit overnight, and then season it. But since I want this now, I'm going to season it all and then let it sit out. I have my little key limes that never made it to a key lime pie, but I've been using them in dressings. I had my sesame, I had my tahini. Oh, it was so good today. I was really in a hurry because I was in the middle of making videos for More with Dara. We're doing a feng shui. We just started a feng shui 101 situation over there. It's bagua galore, bagua maps, and really fun. So I was working on that, and I thought I really need a salad quickly. So I did a bottom of the bowl salad where I added sesame tahini, coconut vinegar or apple cider vinegar, salt, a little bit of habanero cayenne pepper, and a little bit of yacon syrup, and that was my dressing. And then I added spirulina and probiotics and mixed it around with this romaine, and it was fantastic, and it was so easy. So that's my emergency go-to. Okay, so we have a beautiful lime. It's going to give it some brightness because the macadamia nuts are a bit sweet, you know, and they're creamy, so fatty. We want to get that brightness in it. Okay, I used all of those. So I have my lettuce sitting here. They're talking to me. My lettuce, my broccoli, and my zucchini. I have the horseradish, and I have to say, I'm fighting a little something, something. It happens to the best of us, and I was actually in Dragon Herbs yesterday, and the nice young man who was there said, well, it's kind of a good thing you might be getting a cold because it shows that your body can fight off things. I thought this was an interesting take. I'm going to put just 2 little pieces, so it's just such a small amount. Because he said that people come in saying, I never get sick, and now I've never been sick in 10 years and I have cancer. And he said, I think it's good for your body to be able to expel things. So maybe we have things lodged in our lymph system, in our muscles, and then all of a sudden it just wants to come out. I've been using a sauna, the infrared sauna from Clear Light. I have been taking hot baths. I drink a lot of liquid. I woke up this morning and I had horseradish broth. I grated horseradish, put it in the hot water, and put cayenne pepper and a pinch of salt, and I drank that. It was so good. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to put in, I don't know if I put in the salt, but here we go. And sniffle. It happens, you know. And if you have a lot going on and you have any stress will just take you down. So sometimes our bodies kind of want to rest. So when I have a period like this where I feel like, oh, I'm going to just take it easy, it's actually a good thing because it just gives me permission to just, you know, take it easy. Okay, so you can tell that it needs more liquid because it's not liquidy. Everything's around the side and there's macadamia nuts at the bottom. I'm going to take this opportunity to add water, and then I am going to add the nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is yellow and flaky. It's got vitamin B12. 2 tablespoons a day is all you need. And I'm going to put it in. You can get it at Whole Foods in the bulk bin, usually, if not packaged. So we'll put some of that in. A couple. And I'll add some water. Maybe that'll be nice and cheesy. Cheesy pleasy. This is so nice. You could just do what you want when you make your own food. Make it how you like it. And please have fun with your food. I was telling, I don't know if I said it here, but I said it on More with Dara. Make food your hobby. You know, make food the thing that you want to make love with. You want to make it like this romantic notion, like this. I'm going to make the most gorgeous, delicious tasting thing, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I think that if we look at our food that way, then it's really never a waste of time if we spend half a day shopping at our co-ops and our CSAs and our farmers markets and going to places and supporting those people, and also being, you know, treating it like it's a beautiful thing. Like, where can I find the tightest, best head of lettuce? Does the zucchini look good today? This zucchini looks good today. It's just firm, it's smooth, it's beautiful, and we get to play. We get to create art. Join my Instagram. Follow my Instagram, Dara Dubinet. I'm making art over there. All right, we got cheesy. Please, 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 I'm cutting the broccoli and I'm cutting it into little pieces. Please take the extra couple of minutes to cut your broccoli small. To me, there's nothing weirder than if I was served like this. I just wouldn't, this is a little soft, this one, but that doesn't appeal to me. I want to cut up small. You know, take a little extra time. It shows a lot of love, and it just feels so much better in your mouth. It tastes better because more of the broccoli's coated. The same thing goes with like beets and carrots and harder food. It's not so important when you're cooking it because the water, it breaks it down and it's softer. But when you're eating it raw, biting into a big piece of zucchini or a big piece of broccoli is really not that pleasant. So we think about all of these things. We think about the people we're serving it to. We think about the environment. Is it at a party? Does it need to be finger food? Are we serving somebody who's usually eating very heavy traditional or standard American diet food? Do we want to add a little more heaviness to our food to please them, to kind of get them to understand that raw food is fun? Or do we want to go a little lighter? Depends where we're at, depends on the season. If it's cold, go a little heartier, go a little spicier. It's not the end of the world if you need to flash steam your vegetables, you know. And then you could add this raw sauce over. But this broccoli seems great to me, so I made the executive decision to leave it raw. So this is beautiful. Let's taste. Yeah, it looks like just the right consistency. Mm-hmm. Definitely need salt. I didn't put that much in. It's got to be cheesy and salty. I'll do another thing of the nutritional yeast. And one more pinch of salt. You could add black pepper. The horseradish just gives it a little mild flavor, so I'm going to put in a little bit more because I want that kick, and I also don't want to get a cold. I don't have time for such things. Too much to do. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I am a fan of using zucchini and softer things by itself. I could, let's say I needed to feed more people, then I would do the zucchini, both zucchinis, the lettuce, and the broccoli, and whatever else I had in the refrigerator. The veggie medley would be interesting, and the topping would be the same. The only thing you want to make sure is that you make this strong enough, potent enough, tasty enough, so that you're still getting a lot of the flavor if you have a lot of water-rich produce. So I'm thinking that I want to add one more secret ingredient, which is mucuna pruriens, and it boosts the dopamine, the serotonin. It makes you happy, and I add these, medicinal things wherever I can. So I'm going to add a little bit of mucuna. Why not? Just to give it a little bit more nutrition for me. Add which ones you have, which ones you like. You like reishi, you like chaga, mushroom. Chaga is like, as David Wolf says, the king. David Wolf, as I'm touching the NutriBullet, I love this machine. David, thank you. Seriously. Not thank you for giving it to me, thank you for creating it. But chaga, he wrote a book called, Chaga is the King of Mushrooms, and it's incredibly immune boosting. I'm going to put some in. Jingherbs.com has chaga, and it just will repair a tree. If there's like a hole in a tree, chaga mushroom will graft it together. It boosts our immune system, and we really, really need that in this day and age with environmental stressors. Reishi is like, to me, well, they say it's like the queen of the mushrooms, and it's like, it makes me feel levitated, and it's heart. Heart. We don't want to put too much of this in because it's going to turn the color. I got to tell you, I'm not sure. Do we care? No, we don't care. I don't care. Okay. About a half a teaspoon, if it's an extract powder, half a teaspoon to a teaspoon is a good dose. You can start out slow. But they're adaptogenic herbs, so they can't hurt you, and it become more beneficial as the time goes on. The more you take them, the more they're good for you, the better they are for you. It builds up. And it's amazing. They know how to. They know what we need, and they go in that direction. It's called dual directional. Oh, it's it's a beautiful color now. It's caramelly color. So I'm gonna put it on top, and I think I'm gonna go watch a movie. Wanna know one of my favorite movies? Bread and Tulips. I just watched Sunflower the other day with Sophia Loren. Okay, so beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Sprinkle a little bit of nutritional yeast on the top for effect. I'll take a picture for you. How's that? I totally love you guys. Get your greens on, and I will see you really soon.